Okay, good evening to everyone. Welcome to the coding class. We are beginning. Kindly tell your friends to join the class so that we begin together. Right, we are starting. In fact, this is the coding class, and we are going to do a lot of practice. Coding is all about practicing, writing your code, correcting it, then running your codes to see whatever you've done. Today we are starting from the very scratch with HTML. We are going to build small websites for ourselves. Then after we gotten the basis, we will build upon it. Then each individual will use the knowledge acquired to build his or her own site or her own project. I will encourage each one of you to take everything serious because the skill you are learning is for your own good. Right. Once again, welcome to the class. We are coming to learn about HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. This language is a language for the web to almost every website you visit has at least HTML code, if not all, some of HTML codes in it. In fact, it is the basics or the fundamental in building a website, and also it is also needed when you are advanced in programming. You will need it while using JavaScript, using React, and a whole lot of programming languages. You will need the knowledge from here to actually build upon it. We are starting from the very basic. One thing I would like you to do is to get a book or a very important sheet of paper. When I say important, meaning when you are done, you are not going to throw it away. A very important sheet of paper or a book dedicated for this class, whereby you'll be noting down some important key points. I've also sent you your reading materials in your various Slack channel. I will resend them again. Those not on the Slack channel, I'll do my best to make you get it in your WhatsApp group. Right, my name is Tomorrow, and yeah, I'm your facilitator. Your class is divided into two. We have coding one and coding two. Class has already begun, but arrangement was made for me to meet some of you who are still fumbling from the beginning so that I will take you all through again before from Monday we will continue from each class wherever we've gotten to. So by Monday, you should be able to reach the level of the other colleagues who started before you so that you can all move from there. Then you'll be working on your respective projects. Right, if you've gotten your books down and your pencils, in coding class we don't use pencil, because you might be making mistake and might be erasing it. Okay, we are starting. Wherever you are, make sure nothing distracts your attention. Just focus it. Else you get confused. When I start and you don't understand anything, kindly draw my attention and I will duly come back to that specific thing you don't understand. Because of you, I'm organizing this class. Right. Okay, we are starting. HTML, that's Hypertext Markup Language. It is the basic language of a website. Right, let's go. Now, whenever you want to create a website, using HTML, then its supportive language as the CSS. We also learn the CSS. In fact, your website should be divided into three parts, three main parts. One, you have the header part of your website. Two, you would have to bring the body part of your website. Three, you would have to bring the footer, FOOTER, the footer part of your website. Now, the header. The header part, this is where you are going to tell people who are going to visit your website or your web app that look, this website is about this and so that, right? The body is where you are going to actually code your website. You are going to write whatever you need your users or your customers to see on your website. That's the body part. That's where you are going to do a lot of work. The footer part is where you are going to give credits so that you see when sometimes you visit a website, you scroll to the very bottom part of the website, you will see at or all rights reserved at 2022 this thing technology or this that technology. That one is called footer. The footer, that's where we give credits. Or you can say I give or thanks to this technology or developed by this, developed by that. So the footer part, we give credit there and some other important links that can be put there. For example, we can put a contact there, the about, a whole lot at the footer part. So basically, we have the header, the body, and the footer of your website. This is the three main structure of every website you intend to build. Any question? Very quick. If no question, we are moving on. Now, everyone in this class, I
Sir,
expect,
sir.
yes, please speak.
Hello, sir. Please, I couldn't get your last words before.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
I was saying the footer part of the body. So this is where you can actually give credits to whatever you want to give. So you see, you visit a website, and when you scroll to the very bottom part of the website, you will see someone saying all rights reserved 2022 or at copyright or distant technology at this, or you put about link there or privacy. So the very bottom part of every website where the person puts some important links or some credits, that's why it's called the footer. The footer. Right. Let's move on. Now, I believe everyone in this class has a text editor. We are coming to use a text editor to actually start our coding. So a text editor I will recommend you can use Sublime Text Editor. Sublime Text Editor. Or if you have a notepad, you can also use that. Then maybe later you download your Sublime Text Editor. Those using phones, you can use Sublime Text Editor. You can download some. Either you are using iOS or Android, you can still download Sublime Text Editor. And whilst we move along, be jotting down some key points. Right. So this is how we are going to use the editor. You open your editor, you write some code in it, you save it in a specific way. I'll teach you. Then after that, you go and run your file to view whatever you've done as a developer. Right. Let's start. Now, we are open. I want each and every one of you to open the text editor you are about to use. Open it. That when if you are using your phone, open it. If you are using your laptop, open your text editor. Whatever you are using, you can open it. If you are not also practicing along, but you want to write the code down so that when we are done, you can actually practice. It's allowed. Make sure your pencil and your book is there, and if you can't see anything or if you can't understand anything, you'll draw my attention. I'll rectify it for you, then we move on. Right, let me share my screen, then restart. Okay, this is my text editor, and I'm using Sublime text editor. Sublime, Sublime, Sublime text editor. Right, let's start. Now, you see on my first line, let me make it very big so that you can see. On my first line, I've written something. I've written less than, exclamation mark, doc type in capital, then HTML, then I brought my greater than. What does this mean? Okay, this particular line of code is the very beginning of every code you are to write. It is in fact compulsory for you to write this code, this first line of code, before you even begin or you even continue from there. As a web developer, you are using HTML. Make sure you remember this line in it before you proceed to a next line. Now, what's the meaning of doc type HTML? In fact, this actually specifies or tells a browser that, look, the developer used HTML to actually program this particular website or web application. So you are actually telling the browser, you are specifying and telling the browser, this is what I used when I started coding. So the browser knows, okay, the person. So when the browser starts reading your code, will start like, oh, okay, so he's saying he's using or she's using HTML. Any problem with that? Or any question with that? If no question, we'll move very quick. Now we come to start our code. Now note, HTML actually deals with tags. When I say tag, it comes in a format. Now, you as a human being, you are an intelligent being. And so your intelligent being here, meaning your language, a machine cannot understand your language. You would have to decode that language you want to give to the machine for it to understand it. You decode it and bring to the machine's level before it can understand it. Now, let's visit a website. Let me demonstrate a website for you, some website for you to actually see something. Okay, so I'm demonstrating it. Please take a critical look at this. I'm demonstrating something for you to see.
Please, the
Oh,
screen.
has it come?
Yes, it's has
Okay,
come now.
okay. This is the website of Blue Code Hack Club. This is what you see as a human being or as a normal person. But this is not what the machine is reading. This is what the machine is reading. These codes, this particular code is what the machine is reading. So you can see the whole beautiful website, this one, this is what the machine is seeing. So you can see the difference. So if I tell you the machine is not like you, the machine is actually not like you, to understand what you are doing. Meaning, whatever you want to tell your machine to do, you have to bring it to you have to bring it to its level. Johnson. Okay, let's continue. So you have to bring to the machine's level for it to understand. Okay, let's continue. So the first thing we are coming to do is we will write our first tag, HTML. You'll bring your tag. Now in HTML, every tag you open should have a close tag. This particular this tag, the less than HTML, is an open tag. We need to bring a close tag of this. So the close tag is going to be less than, then you bring a slash, then your HTML, then you bring your greater than. So we've been able to code HTML tags. We have an open tag, then a close tag of HTML. The difference between them is this slash. The closing tag, every closing tag should have a slash. Right. Now, in between these two tags is where we are going to code our website. In between this HTML, this in between this is where we are going to code our website. We are going to type whatever we want to add to our website. Any questions so far? If someone is lost, let me know before we continue.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
So between HTML, the open tag and the close tag is the body.
Okay. Between the HTML, the open tag and the close tag is where we are coming to bring the header, the body, and the footer. It's where we are coming to do
Okay.
the actual thing.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So when you start, these three codes, it's automatic. You should bring it before you begin in between this. Okay. Any question apart from this before we set inside? Okay, let's continue. Now, we will start with our body. We will bring our body tag neatly. So our body, remember every tag has open and a closed tag. Okay. So we have our body tag, our header tag. Very nice. Okay. Then we can bring our body tag. Our body tag very nicely. Okay, son of man. You said what's the difference? Let me post your question. You said what is the difference between slash HTML? Note, there is nothing like HTML slash greater than. This is a wrong code. There is nothing like this. I hope you can see. There is nothing like this. There is nothing like HTML slash then a tag. Nope. It is when you want to bring when you are bringing when you are bringing a closing tag is slash HTML. There is nothing like HTML slash. It's a wrong code. Please don't get confused. The HTML tags are HTML then slash HTML. There is nothing like HTML slash tag. Right, let's continue. We have footer. Okay. Okay. So we have actually built the skeleton of our website. Now we have the skeleton of our website. We have the head, the body, the footer. Any question before we move on? Right, let's move on. In the head, we are going to, it is expected of you to bring the title. Now the title will also come with a tag. So we come the title. So the title should be in the head. The title tag. So you can see there is a title tag very neatly. So I'll name my website. So my title tag will be my site very neatly. Right, this is the body and this is the footer. Now the body, I will want to write something says welcome to my first website. Okay, up to here, who has a question? Right, if no question, let's save it. Then let's go and view how far we've built our website. Now, those new here, after writing all this code, you've not saved it. Going to save it, you go to your menu, you click on save as. So if you are using phone, go to menu, click on save as, not save, save as. Save it for the first time, save as. So you click on save as. After clicking on save as, there should be a pop-up. Now you enter the name of your website. So I'm using MFW. That's the name of my website. That's my first website. Then you will bring .html. Please take note of this. You will bring .html. Then notice where you are saving that file. So me, I'm saving in a folder called coding. So I've saved my file. Yes, I'm already having that file. Let me replace it here. I've saved my file there. Please, do you have any question with regards to that? Right. Now, I want to open my file and test and see what I've done. So I will go to the folder I've saved the file. Go to where you saved that particular file. Then open it. If you actually saved it with .html, when you open it, it is automatically going to open with your browser, any of your browser. Okay, so open it. Now, I've opened mine already, so I will go and view my website. Where's my browser? Okay. I'll come here and view my website. Now, you see my website has come. Welcome to my first website. Any question so far? If you are lost, let me know before we continue. Okay, very good.
Sir,
Yes, talk.
please, good evening first.
Okay, good evening, Johnson.
Yeah, please, what if it's your first time doing, do you have to go to the save or you just move straight to the save as?
If you that's what I'm doing. So I'm doing for your first time. If it's your first time, go to save as and save the name of the file, any name you want, dot html.
Okay,
So
sir.
yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. What I'm doing is from scratch. So whatever I'm doing is new. We are assuming we are all starting is new. So whatever I'm doing is for beginners. Very new. Okay, so you save it, you click on save as, you know the location it is being saved. Then you type the name, then .html. After that, go to where the file is saved, double click on that file. It should open with any of your browser. Then you should see the thing, the what you typed in the on that site. So me, I typed welcome to my first website, and you can see on my website, welcome to my first website. Any question from anyone so far before we move on?
Sir, please, you mean you save it on your text editor and then after that you open it there and then it will take you to your web browser?
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Right, let's move on. Now, in HTML, if no one has a question, we are moving on. Now, we are coming to learn about heading. Heading in HTML. Heading. Now, note, don't get confused here. When I was starting, I told you we have three parts. We have header, body, footer. Now, this header that I wrote title inside and I wrote my site. Let me show you where it is being shown. Our class can be logged out in any moment from now. I will generate a new link and share it so that we can rejoin again. But before that, let's continue. Okay, so you see, when you come, that my site I wrote in the header, this is where it is. It will be on the bar, in the menu bar of your website. So you see my site. That one is different from what we are coming to do now. Okay. Now, what we are coming to learn about heading in a website. Maybe you want to bring heading in your website. In a website, you are writing about something, you want to bring heading. You are writing a paragraph, you are writing an article, you want to bring a header. So the title of that article or something. We use a tag called heading. Now, this heading is represented with the tag H. So nicely H. Then